Greetings, African people. I'm setting up this video that you're about to watch. December 5th of 2015, I sent a message to Jah Cure. And I'd like to say that as a Black person growing up in the Caribbean, we often see people who go around in our communities unwarned, but people usually don't pay any attention to them. They usually think you're crazy. I'm here to say that we must humble ourselves. When we are blessed, the more we're given is the more is expected of us. And I watched Jah Cure do an interview with Winford, and what I saw that day was very troubling. And I sent him a message, but I'm sure he either didn't see it or he couldn't care less. But he was at the heights of his pyramid. And what I saw then is what I see, unfolding before my very eyes almost a year ago. Jah Cure, this is not no celebration on my part. This is to teach you that humility is very critical to your success. And what you said about the Rastafarian that day has come to haunt you on this day. Whatever you had stored up in your mind at that time that made you think that you were the top of the pyramid was only the beginning of a troubling time for you. I hope you learn from this experience and you move on to become even greater than you are. Be blessed. So you continue to declare the name of Jah Rastafari, and that is wonderful. But you've left me with some confusion. One of the things I want to talk about is Forbes magazine saying that you are the best voice in reggae. You are absolutely a very talented man, a very talented singer. It goes without saying. You have this beautiful, sultry, silky voice, but you're not the best voice in reggae. I'm sorry to say. Reggae has many, many beautiful voices. And this is what you have to understand. Don't get this thing so turned and twisted up in your head to think that when you get the accolades coming from Forbes magazine, putting you out there and telling you that you are the best one, it's a lie. That is another lie. That is to get you to the point where you start to see your brothers and sisters who are in that field as inferior to you. There's always the attitude of you're America to always find someone to put on a pedestal, and in the point of doing that, we tear them down. We do that in our culture too. We do that in Jamaica. You'll have a guy singing a song about a girl, and in order to elevate that girl, he tears down some more girls. Don't fall in that trap, my friend Jah Cure. You are one of the great voices in reggae, not the great voice in reggae. If you're not careful now, you're going to find yourself in a situation where you can't come back. This is how it's done. When you get somebody elevate you and look down on the other people who are doing the same thing that you're doing, then what happens now is when you fall off that big pyramid that they put you on, when you drop down on the ground, nobody pay you no mind. Take a look at Cosby, take a look at Michael Jackson, take a look at all the greats who have been put up on a pedestal. And when they ripped them down, and when they made a mistake of thinking that they were loved and that they were hailed the best, and they start taking on that and giving off that kind of aura or that energy, not to say that you shouldn't be confident, because you talk about working on this album using your own money. That's fantastic. You believed in yourself. Marcus Garvey say, if you don't believe in yourself, you're twice defeated in the race of life. So confidence is important, but you gotta be careful. You have to tap it. You have to figure out who is telling you that you're better than who. And you've got to hone your skills, harness those skills, but make sure you're not doing that at the detriment of somebody else. You are full of yourself. It's very obvious. You have no problems talking about yourself. In the video that I will post below, in the interview, you talked about yourself extensively. That is good. That's you believe in yourself. That is great, but you have erred. You have made a mistake. You say, for example, that when you go to perform, women are your greatest fans. Of course, it's always been. It's women who turn up your thing. It's always been women who turn up your thing. It is women who turn up your thing why you got in trouble in the first place. So you don't know, so you have it locked like that. The woman them turn up your things. The woman them screaming for you in these parties or these places where you're performing. Yeah, that's great. You say that women meet you and tell you that because of you, the 3 kids that they have, those kids were created from listening to you. You are the new Luther Vandross. Congratulations, my brethren. My brethren. Congratulations, my friends. You also say, and I could hear some kind of condescension, a bit of sarcasm in this statement, that, you know, the Rastafarian community have been doing roots and reggae, or you say you started out doing roots and reggae. And I think what you're alluding to is that when you were doing that, things were okay, but it wasn't that great. But then when you took the advice of one of our legends and you start to do love songs, things start to go well with you. That's wonderful. But the mistake you have made is to go back and say, Rastafari have been doing this and that, and they pretty much are not going anywhere. That's what you're saying in the video. That Rastafari can stay for later. But you don't forget where you come from. You still have locks on your hair. I don't know, you know, you still say you believe in Rastafari. So I'm not here to question your authenticity, because we shouldn't do that. But I want to make it known to the world that not everybody who has locks is Rasta. Because you have locks doesn't mean that you identify with Rastafari. Jah Cure said he identifies with Rastafari because he still says, you know, Rastafari his God. I've worked very hard. You are super talented, but I'm going to tell you something. Be careful of the gifts that are handed to you, because with these gifts come great responsibility and comes with a price. So all these individuals who are giving you all these great accolades, saying that you're the best voice in reggae, saying that you're the only one at the moment. When you receive these gifts, you will have to give something. And I hope whatever you're asked to give, you can live with the consequences of this gift. Don't get too hyper. Don't get too overconfident. Don't try to show off on those who you have followed in their footsteps or those who are in the race with you. Then there's another part that I want to say to you, Jah Cure. Manipulation is a master game. Okay? Don't you forget that. So those who hand you the keys for the city will not just let you walk into their city and bask in their city and take their women and take their houses and take their beautiful things without a price. I would reconsider everything that I am about to do if I were you. So I hear some shade, yes. Then you talk about how you're a fashionable person, how you like fashion, how fashion is your passion. But at the same time, I hear a little bit of a diss in there. And I can tell who you're talking about without calling the person's name. Black men, we have got to stop seeing each other as the enemy. Looking towards other people to deliver us. Looking to other people as individuals that we can respect and, you know, trust. It's not a good thing. It isn't a good thing. Manipulation is a master game. Don't forget yourself. So as you rise to fame and stardom, remember there's a price to pay. Enjoy it. Collect the fruits of your labor. But know that your roots is your roots. And make sure you water the plant of that root. Meaning that from the Black family from which you came and the Black community from which you came and that philosophy that guided you at some point for you to say, I'm Rastafari. Don't neglect it. Don't throw stones. Don't throw shades. Don't throw dirty water. You're doing your thing. This is your time in the spotlight. This is your glory. This is your fame. But every single time any Black person have entrusted any organization or people outside of themselves or their community to give them a hype or to give them stardom, there's a huge penalty. If it is possible to maintain a close connection, a close relationship with individuals in your community, make sure you do that. That's wonderful. Congratulations again, Jah Cure. You know, you have done a lot for yourself, but take it easy. Climb the rung of the success slowly. Open your eyes. Do not throw stones behind you. Remember the community that fostered your growth and encouraged you. And if someone doesn't want to go out there and make his things turn up for the girls, don't criticize those individuals. Not everybody wants fame and glory. Not everybody wants to be recognized by the world. Not everybody wants the Rolling Stone or Forbes magazine to shout their praise. If that's what you want, enjoy it, celebrate it. But there's a penalty. And if you have not already paid or signed in that red ink to do what you will have to do, sooner or later, you're going to be given that piece of paper. And I don't know what you're going to use, if it's your blood or that of somebody else. Enjoy your fame. Enjoy the glory and the spotlight. But my stupid advice to you is to maintain a level head and don't let ego get in your way. Be blessed, everybody. Think on these things.